Today's video is a special review video because it is of a game genre that I don't really play often on stream, but I adore to pieces. The other reason I don't really play it on stream is because, to be honest, I'm really bad at it. And it is a wonderful little indie game called Star Hunter DX. I've had my hands on this for a little bit of time now. I usually play it on my Switch when we're heading out on hikes, and I also have a copy for PC, which is really fun. So it's going to be an interesting review because there's not really a whole lot to talk about when it comes to a schmup? Shup? Is it a shump? Words? God, I'm going to butcher it so many times. But nonetheless, it's a bullet hell shoot 'em up. So it has everything that you would expect from a bullet hell shoot 'em up, complete with wild multipliers, chances at one-ups that feel very, very impossible, different types of guns, different types of spreads, and different ways that the game is consistently trying to kill you. You multiply the bullets that are on the screen with your actual multiplier that you accrue from shooting things, and that's how you get those good points. It took me a couple of playthroughs to really kind of grasp the best way to do it, but I am happy in saying that it only took me a couple of playthroughs to see that, oh, when it hits 8, you push the button, you do the thing. And we'll talk about it a little bit more, what those pushing buttons and doing things look like to get to that higher multiplier. I wanted to just take a moment to say that this is probably the most fun I've had off stream on a really quick, easy, simplified game in a long time. But that's also because you pick it up, you shoot things, and that's that on that. You can collect astronauts to help them out, you have power-ups, and you have the one-up. I have a one-up in this video, shockingly, but the one-ups are not easy to come across because, of course, anyone who's played a, oh god, I'm gonna say it again, a shmup game? Is it a shmup? Is it a shoot 'em up? Shmup? Yeah. Anyone who's played a shmup game will tell you they always look easy, but they aren't that easy. I appreciate that this game has a practice mode that you can practice levels up to your highest stopping point. So if you find yourself getting bodied a lot on level 4, go forth. Practice level 4. Practice the boss of level 4. Live your best life. You can also remap all of your buttons. I played this on controller. I have just a nice simple Logitech G controller, and it's very, again, easy to pick up and play. You have rapid shots, you have lasers, you have bombs. I did take some moments to remap my stuff specifically, because the way my brain works for a lot of these types of games, I have to have them in a certain spot. You can also see that keyboard and mouse is accessible, and I kudos to anyone who plays these on keyboard and mouse. My brain can't do it. There's also a couple of visibility options that give you like a really cool retro style 80s filter, like if you're looking at a VHS tape, which actually helps a great deal with a lot of the visibility. And it does have options for brightness and contrast, but just as a forewarning to many people, in the nature of it being a bullet hell game, there's a lot of stuff going on at all times. Oh yeah, if you try to resize your screen, it will just resize on you on the flip. So yeah, just a heads up for that. But luckily it didn't interrupt my processes or anything. It didn't cause my OBS to crash. It didn't do anything wild. The footprint for this is very, very tiny. The file size is very tiny. And we love that because I have a mountain of things on my computer that I probably at some point should clean. But you know, you live your best life trying to review stuff, do things, all of that. And of course, it had a data erase that's specifically for the leaderboards because after you've occupied it with AAA winner so many times, you want to erase it. So going into a little bit of the story of the game, you get to play as 3 characters. 2 of them out the gate are locked. They are gated by progress. The cat, which is the main character I played because I'm a chump, is gated by getting to level 3. Edgar is gated by getting to level 5. Everyone has the same loadout in terms of how to play the game, but their power and how to play in general changes. And you have your difficulties of Space Cadet, Bounty Hunter, Bullet Hell. Make sure you keep track of that because we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So as you're looking at this, you'll see later on too why I favor the cat, not just because I like cats, just in general. The entire story of the game is you're Luna, you used to be a bad bitch space pirate, and then your crew was like, nah fam, we're not doing that. And they turned on you. So naturally, rather than just kind of take that and leave it, you decide you're gonna hunt them down because you want your dollars back. And that's it. That's the whole story of the game. Like, it's not particularly in-depth or deep. Very, very easy. To be honest, I don't care. Now, I can't stress this enough. I'm horrible at these styles of games. I love them, but holy shit am I terrible. Okay, now that we've got that out the way, we can show off a little bit of the gameplay. And as you can see here, I actually, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm playing as the cat. You can use your spread gun, which in the case of Cat 99, I'm just gonna keep calling it the cat, it actually kind of tracks your projectiles and your enemies. In the case of Luna, hers are straightforward shots. And then in the case of Edgar, his are straight but a wider spread, kind of similar to what you see on screen here for Cat's laser attack. And everyone has a different kind of strength to their weapons. Edgar has the best laser attack but a horrible spread. The cat has the best spread but a horrible laser. And then Luna is kind of like the break-even point. She's very much the standard issue character that you're supposed to be playing as out the gate to get to 3 and 5 and unlock everybody else. And you can see here it's pretty standard stuff. Shoot some bullets, you dodge them, collect the cookies, get the money, all of that good stuff. And there's a couple of different mechanics to help with that. Now you may be thinking, well, Vanessa, this doesn't look that bad. Oh, this is only the first level. If you think that that's nice and lightweight, that's on casual at level 1. It gets worse because it hates you. It absolutely hates you. If you think it can't get worse, never ever assume, because it can always inevitably get worse. And it will continue to get worse. And it will get more terrifying. And you will fight bosses. And then you'll be like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I got through that. And the game will say, cool, let's make it even worse. And you get to the halfway point and you're like, oh, this game actually hates me. I owe it money. I think I took its lunch money growing up. I don't know, I don't recall, but what I know is that there's a lot of ire and angst here. Okay, that's dramatic. It's a bullet hell, so that's to be expected. Okay. Let me explain. So the general premise of it is, as you can see here, you shoot the things, you dodge the bullets. You have your spread attacks, you have your bombs, which you just saw, and those yellow bits that are coming up on screen are how you collect score. The way you collect score is by using, it's not quite a bullet time, but it kind of slows down time so you can see more of what's going on, dodge better, and then anytime something dies that's shooting at you, you will automatically get extra points for it. Now in this case we're fighting a boss. Bosses go by phases, so after you've beaten up the first phase, it'll change up its bullet nonsense and give you a second phase. If you look closely, you can see that every now and again that the ship has sparks on it. And those sparks are indicators that you are building up your bombs. So the quickest way to get your bombs back is to build sparks, and you can see some here. This is Edgar with his overpowered laser. Yeah, it's really absurd. And he's also using bullet time to get all the points, and as you can see, as soon as it dies, those points belong to you. And there's the one up. That's the only time I ever saw it, because otherwise I was in this hell, and it's fun. I actually really enjoy it a lot. I like it a great deal, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge and a half, and you will get beat up often and frequently. But again, if this is your type of game, it's great. It's really, really fun. If you get good at it, you can do something like a getaway, which you see here. I beat the boss up so bad, so fast that he tried to escape, and I said, nah, I want all of your money. Everything belongs to me. And that's the premise of the entire game. So you might be thinking, okay, but there are 3 difficulties, so what's really the difference? Well, you can see here that we have the 3 difficulties that were listed before: Star Cadet, Bounty Hunter, and Bullet Hell. And it really is a case of looking at the density of the bullets. So in Star Cadet, which is, I'll just say it plainly, your easy mode, is a lot more manageable, a lot easier to see. In normal, you can see that enemies get a few more extra rays, or they might get some extra bullets in their projectiles. I can talk, words, Englishing. And then in Bullet Hell, it just gets to be a lot more. The biggest difference you notice, however, is when it comes to the bosses. So in Space Cadet, it's pretty easy coasting. Your ads are shooting a few things at a time. In Bounty Hunter, it kind of expands more. And then in Bullet Hell, if you're not constantly moving, you are probably going to die. And that kind of sums up everything you need to know, though, for the entire game. I didn't mention this, too, that when it comes to the cat, the spread also tracks and can split. like I said, I'm a punk. I cannot. I don't even know how to say the name of the freaking genre. Like, there's no way in the world I was gonna be really good at this. My expertise is Bloodborne and Dark Souls. And so you get to this and it's like, oh, it's the Bloodborne of shooters, and it's like every time y'all say that, I want to die a little bit. But nonetheless, it's a great game. It's a fun game. I enjoyed my time with it immensely. I will probably play more of it offline because one day I'll beat all 6 levels. The highest I've gotten is actually to level 5, and I can only get there consistently with the cat. Edgar is dope for the first 3 levels, but after that, it gets rough. If you're a big fan of games like Ikaruga or Death Smiles or Dodon, I think it's Dodon Pachi, this will be right up your alley. It's good fun, it's great, it has lots of visibility options, lets you remap stuff. It's a good time. I endorse it entirely. Like I said, I haven't beaten this yet. It makes me kind of sad. But I'll get there eventually, that is to say, sometime. Maybe I won't, but I will probably still play it because it's just nice, easy, clean fun. So yeah, that's my quick review of Star Hunter DX. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. We stream on Twitch 3 times a week, 5 o'clock on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then 10 a.m. on Saturdays. Those tend to be more cozy streams. You can kind of just hang out, grab some tea, some coffee, do some errands, we just chill, and follow my Twitter. I'll see you next time.